Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Trading Psychology full day event. This event is brought to you by Timing Research and Trade Out Loud. The event is being recorded, and all the recordings will be available as soon as they're being processed on the TimingResearch.com website. David Kosminer and I will be your host today. And before we begin, actually, let us inform you that all information provided today is for educational purpose only. It should not be construed as investment advice regarding the purchase or sale of securities, options, futures, forex, or any instrument of any kind. Because trading involves a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors and traders, and you could lose money. So before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your objectives, your level of experience, and risk appetite. So with us today, we have Norman Hallett that is going to kickstart our event. So happy to see you here back again, Norman. You look awesome today. Let's get started. You have the mic.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And thank you, everybody, for showing up early today. I know we've got a big lineup, Anka and David. You've really put together something that I think could be the most important event of the year. And I'm not just saying that. I do at least one of these a week in groups with other traders. We usually talk about trading, and I'm the only one that gives a darn about the mental and emotional issues. And for David and Anka to put together something like this, where we're focusing on the discipline of traders and the ability to follow your trading plan and the things that you have to do in order to do that, I just need to stop and congratulate them and thank them for at least putting this forward. And because to me, I think that, look, 90% of traders lose. And I know over 20 years of helping exclusively traders with the mental and emotional issues that they have, the lack of concentration, the lack of focus, the lack of the lack of patience, and all the things that stop you from running your trading plan. 90% lose, and 90% of traders do little or nothing to strengthen their mental and emotional wherewithal. I think that those two figures are related. And so, again, thank you for putting this together. You got a lot to choose from here. And I hope you choose me as one of the people that you're going to get involved with. If you're not already involved, I know I've seen already a number of people that have been in the Discipline Trader. One person that's on this presentation today has been with us for over a decade, and there are many that have to continue to utilize the facilities that we have, the tapestry of things that we have to help you with the mental and emotional state. Today I'm going to present something I call the Trader Time System. And you haven't heard this before, unless you paid $20,000 a year like I did for 5 years straight, going to one of the most respected entrepreneurial coaches in the world, a guy named Dan Sullivan up in Canada. I modeled what you're about to see after his teachings. And what I'm about to, first let me establish the fact that you are not just a trader. You are an entrepreneur, okay? You're an entrepreneur in the business of trading, whether you do it part-time or full-time. So this is all framed with the understanding that the traders are entrepreneurs. This is the Trader Time System. And as I go through it, you're going to say, no, I don't know. Is that real? Should I? I'm telling you that the more you focus on what I'm about to say and make what I'm about to say real for you, the better trader that you're going to be. Okay, so let me first continue. The first thing I want you to do is make sure that you download my book, The Mental Fitness for Traders. It's been around for 20 years, and there's been, actually, it's over 380,000 copies now. Don't do it now, but after this is done, after you finish your watching presentations today, whatever, download this book. It's free. I want you to have it. It's about 35 pages long. And it is considered, I've been told it's considered one of the backbones of modern trading psychology. And it's not a horrible book to read with a lot of facts and figures. It's an up-tempo book that, ebook that I think you're really going to enjoy reading. It's going to hit you right in the face. So DisciplineTrader.com, MF4T, which is mental fitness for traders. Okay, a little about me. If you don't know about me, I've written several books. I've done several videos. I've been to all the trading expos and spoken live. And they usually do what David and Anka did, put me on first, because I try to be a little bit more lively than your average teacher. I was a math teacher for 6 months, and I got fired because I was teaching replacement theory to my students through blackjack. I was teaching them how they gathered around the desk, and they weren't allowed to touch the cards. But so I'm out there, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you why in a second. But these are some of the things that I've done in the past. I think most of these are available still on. But I worked for Payne Weber for a while, just about a year and a half. They wanted me to raise money for the for futures managed account that they had started. This was back in the 1980s, the late 1980s, and it didn't take long for them to lose 15% on their managed fund. I wasn't managing it, and they closed it down and wanted me to sell mutual funds, of which I left the company and started my own thing. But before that, I worked for International Trading Group, one of the largest option firms in the country back in the 80s, and I ran it to a large degree. I ran the home office, had 60 brokers, and all we did was metals options before they were exchange traded options. It was the Wild West then. But after Payne Weber, I started the Hallett Group, where I actually managed funds for rich individuals, and I had good times there. And then traded through Hallett Commodities and IB. But really, my most fulfilling part of my career has been helping traders with the mental and emotional issues. I've done it through what you're about to be offered at the end of this for $33 a month. I've put together what I believe are all the elements that you need to work on a daily basis, 7 minutes a day, and you'll be able to see all those assets in a second. But the discipline trader has been the most fulfilling, because again, I believe this is the ignored part of trading that causes just about every trader to be unsuccessful who is unsuccessful. Okay, so let's get going. That's about me. Now let's talk about you. Okay, the trader time system. Again, I ripped this from Dan Sullivan of Strategic Coach, but ripped it in a way to serve us as traders. It maximizes your trading success by balancing your trading preparation, trading focus, and free time. I'm going to explain what that is. Again, it's based on the entrepreneurial time system. If you're an owner of a business and you make over $500,000 a year, call Dan Sullivan. He can really help you with your career. He's the best at what he does. I'm going to demonstrate that right here with the presentation. Okay, there are 3 types of days. And when I describe a day, I'm talking about from midnight to the following midnight, okay? So there are 3 types of days. There are focus days, there are buffer days, and there are free days, okay? And they each serve a purpose, and they are each exclusive to each other. And I'm going to go through the elements of each day so that you understand what the heck I'm talking about. They are not to be mixed. Again, they're exclusive. And as I go through it, you're going to say, what is he nuts? But after I'm done, I think you're going to see the genius. And I can say genius because it's not me, it's Dan. Let's get into it. A focus day is where you make money. It's the money making day. Now, when he was training, when I took it as an entrepreneur, it was how to get money in. You know, it's where you sold. For us as traders, focus day is where the rubber meets the road, where we focus on trading only. Okay, you execute your trading plan. Period. Okay, that is what a focus day is. Okay. Now, of course, when I say all day, I'm talking about all the trading hours. Of course, after trading's over, you can go have dinner and lunch and dinner, whatever time period you're on, or whatever, longitude. In any event, but during the day when markets are trading, this is a trading day. You're here to execute your trading plan. That's what a focus day is. Okay. Now, there are parts to the focus day that I've developed over time and working with it over the last decade since I've been with Dan and so on. But I also, in the focus day, you can take your mental vitamins, which is kind of pumping you up for focus, for patience and consistency. And what I mean by that is that for me, I made something called 4-minute drills, which really put me on the map. I've made over 200 4-minute drills over a 4-year period. Every Saturday, I'd come out with a 4-minute drill where I would take on a particular topic, and I would, at the end of that 4 minutes, you would say, boy, he's right. You know, I'm going to go after it. He's right. You know, whether the topic was overcoming losses or pulling the trigger without hesitation, or whatever it was, or believing in yourself, whatever it was, at the end, you're going to feel pumped. Okay. This is part of your focus day. It's part of the routine that you get into, because having a positive expectancy when you trade, and I talk about this a lot in all the things that I do, is very important. I'm not talking when you wish upon a star. I'm not talking about that, although that was an excellent production. I'm talking about doing things to the mind. I'm talking about working with your subconscious, working with, whether it's using emotional freedom technique, some of the things that we do to help you, whether it's taking, but I'm talking about taking 4 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, some part in the beginning of the day to make that happen for you, to give yourself some mental vitamin, okay? You got to journal before and after trading, okay, and to maintain your key strengths. And I'm going to take right here 3 minutes. And I'm going to do this fast, and you may have to grab it may take 4 minutes. You may have to grab the recording of this, but if you're a fast typer and you're taking notes or you're writing this, write this down, because I know that most of you are not journaling, okay? And although I believe you've taken a lot of success off the table for yourself by not journaling, I forgive you. And now I'm going to give you a journaling technique that's going to take you 3 minutes at the end of the day and 1 minute in the morning before you start trading on your focus days, in order to make you an official journaler. So now you will have no excuse not to journal. Okay, here it is. The first thing that you do at the end of the trading day, you open up your trading journal. And I have a trading journal right here that has our logo on it. But you want a nice journal that you can respect, because you don't, get a nice journal. The first thing that you do is state something that you did well during your trading day. So this is journaling at the end of the day. Today, I took every trade my trading plan gave me to take. Okay? So, I'm proud of myself. Give yourself some compliment. You did something good. I don't care if you lost every trade and you got off your trading plan. Today I sat down to trade. Whatever it is, I want something positive that you did in the beginning statement. Okay, positive statement. The next statement that you write down is something that you did that you shouldn't have done. Today I moved and I start with this. However, today I did something unlike me. Okay, very important statement. Unlike me, or un-Norman-like. Use your own name. I did something un-Norman-like. I moved my stop and took a deeper loss than I should have, because Jim Cramer influenced me. Okay, so state something that you did. First, state the fact that it's not like you. State what you did wrong and state why you did it. Okay, got that? So start with a compliment. Something that was unlike, but you did something unlike you. Something, I use 3 things: unlike, un-Norman-like, unlike myself, and I was beside myself. Those are the 3 terms that I use. And then state what you did. I moved my stop when I shouldn't have and took a deeper loss because Jim Cramer screwed me up. Okay, so write that, so you put that in. Then you make a statement of correction. Okay, tomorrow I will be the stop king. Tomorrow I will place my stops and adjust my stops exactly according to my trading plan. Okay, there's the 3 parts. And the 4th part, I always end with, I'm a wise and disciplined trader, and I do the things that a wise and disciplined trader does, okay? You have to do self-analysis. You don't want to beat yourself up. You want to keep that positive self-impression and your self-concept. You're not beating yourself, I was a jerk today. No, that's not, and I've read some journals that do that. Do not do that. Something that you did right. I was unlike myself, what you did wrong, why you did it wrong, okay? And then a statement of correction. Tomorrow I will be the stop king. Tomorrow I will, whatever it is that you did wrong, tomorrow I will not do that. I will follow my trading plan perfectly. And then I'm a wise and disciplined trader. I will do the things, and I do the things that a wise and disciplined trader does. That's the end of the afternoon journaling. You can do that in 3 minutes. And believe me, you'll feel like you've recognized what you did wrong and you've made a statement to do it. Now, the next morning, when you get up and you start, before you start trading, you open that journal again and you take a look at the last statement and you write that last statement in the today form. Today, I am the stop king. I will be adjusting and placing my stops exactly according to my plan. I'm a wise and disciplined trader, and I do the things that a wise and disciplined trader does. Okay? So that probably took 3 to 5 minutes, but it may be the most important thing I tell you, because if you do this consistently, you will have an uplifted spirit, not only because you've made a move to correct your weakness and to make it a strength, but you took the time not to just let it pass, okay? You took the time to say, I am worth it. I am going to fix this. I am capable, and I'm on my way to success, okay? Because if you don't follow your trading plan, you have nothing. All right, let me check the time again. All right, we're a quarter of the way done. I hope you're having fun. I just want to check in with you to see if I'm looking at the chat here, and this is where, David, I sometimes cannot bring the chat up. I think it's when I have the full screen. But so I'm gonna go through this and I'll ask the questions at the end. So hopefully, David, you're seeing people just saying that you're fabulous. This is fabulous. Okay, let's get going. All right. So the focus days, I've just explained it to you. Focus is on trading only. You execute your trading plan, period, mental vitamins, and journaling before and after the trading, okay? So I've given you that. Here are the buffer. On a buffer days, it's trading education. You're not trading on buffer days. You're educating yourself. Jack, you're gonna love buffer days, okay? Because I've got a Jack who's a member at Discipline Trade. He's also an owner of our Simple Trading Plans. And I always tell Jack, you know, stop with the education and put on the, because too much of one thing is not good. You have to, it's good to educate yourself, but you gotta let the wheels hit the ground in order to start learning, whether you're doing it on sim or whatever. But buffer days are important because it's where you take in your trading education. You're not actually trading. There's no trading on buffer days, okay? You review your trading plan, okay? You adjust anything in your trading plan that needs adjustment if necessary, okay? Now, when you're trading during your focus day, you're not changing anything. Even if you think you should, you're running your trading plan as it is. Make a note on the side during a focus day on something that you want to analyze on your buffer day, and get right back to the focus, okay? You don't want, you trade your trading plan as it is on the focus day, okay? And if you do decide to change your trading plan, and you make that change, stop trading immediately there. And then look at it as a buffer day next day, okay? So trading plan adjustment, it's a day of education. And it's a day to train your mind to show up the mental strengths and the 5 key core competencies. Focus, strength to pull the trigger, having patience. This one right here, when our students train on the Discipline Trader Mastery Program, which I'm going to offer you for $33 a month, this patience is the one that when they turn around from being impatient to patient, that's where the real turnaround and results comes, when they stop trying to anticipate 2 moving averages crossing because they want to get a better fill and it'll be less of a risk, and they wind up never crossing and something horrible happens. patience is important, to wait for your signals to give you the whether to get in or get out. Okay, overcoming losses and overcoming fear and greed. You need to train your mind. You see, you're living in a world of your subconscious mind. And whatever is true for your subconscious mind, you're going to actualize in your trading. In other words, if you believe that from having taken several losses in the past, you know, that you're a little bit hesitant on taking a certain kind of setup, even though your trading plan tells you, you need to overcome your fears, maybe overcome fear, overcome losses. You need to strengthen your mind, and to do that, you need to relax and get into a meditative state. We have 7-minute meditations for each one of these core competencies. And what we instruct you to do is to take, if you have trouble pulling the trigger, for fear of pulling the trigger or whatever, you take this 7-minute mental training, you relax, it's all audio, you listen, and then it's over. Do that once a day, because each time you take it, you're building neural pathways. And as you take it once a day, right before you do that journaling I talked about, so do your mental training, do your journaling in the morning, okay, of how you're flipping around what you did wrong the day before, and then you start trading. That's on your focus day. But so I do it on, I actually do these trainings on, I do one before, you don't have to, or you do them, you got to do them on a buffer day. So if you have a few buffer days a week, then you're doing them 3 days a week, and each time you're building up these neural pathways with suggestions that are on these 7-minute trainings. And together, you do enough of it. It only takes a few times. You build what they call a neural net. And now, when the stimulus comes to take a trade, you'll take it, because now you're operating on your new neural net rather than the fearful neural net you created from other input that you gave your brain. Okay, I don't want to get into that. That's a whole nother discussion, but I gave you the basics of it. So on buffer days, trading, remember, focus days, you're focusing on trading, you're executing a trading plan, you're pumping yourself up in the beginning, maybe you'll do a meditation, and then you're trading. But that's what you're doing, you're trading and you're journaling before and after. On the buffer days, you're educating yourself, okay, you're training your mind, you're doing forums if you're into forums, you're cleaning up any messes, trade journal stats, technical issues, etc. I like to look at long-term and cycles on my buffer days too. And you know, for those that have a lot of experience trading, you notice that there's an undercurrent to trading. And a lot of the trading plans that I build, some of them, I note the fact that there is an undercurrent, it's like an undertow from the long-term trends and from cycles. A guy like Jake Bernstein, he'll tell you all about cycles. He's brilliant in that area, and seasonals, and he bases his entire plans on that. And I got to give it to him. He's very successful doing that. And the long-term trends, generally markets will follow long-term trends until they turn. Okay, so a long-term trend is I mean, look at what's happening with the stock market. So and the longer-term trend, the longer the trend is, the neophytes will say, the longer the trend goes, the neophytes will say, it's got to end, it's got to end, it's got to end. The trader with experience will say, terrific, 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 let's just keep following it. So don't, I don't like to ignore long-term trends. So I'm just giving you something personal. I like to look at long-term trends and cycles during my buffer days. I'm not trading. I'm theorizing. I have a trading plan. That's all I follow when I trade. But if I'm going to, it makes me want to create a new trading plan, maybe, and because I make trading plans for institutions, etc. So I want to use trading. I want to use buffer days to study, okay, and not trade, okay. And you're narrowing down potential 3 or 4 markets. I do that also during the trading day. I look at the markets that are hot. I like to trade markets that are active. So now I'm trading gold, I'm trading S&P, I'm trading the soybeans, and I'm trading the Japanese yen. So I'll go to currencies. What I'm telling you here is good for any market, of course. Okay, so those are buffer days. They're planning days. And they also are for planning. They're really for, buffer days are for planning your focus days, okay, when you're going to be trading, planning what you're going to do with your trading plan. And it's also for planning free days. So let's get into the third kind of day, free days. There's no trading in free days. There's no education in free days. There's no reading books or articles about trading on free days. There's a total disconnect from trading. What? What is he saying? I mean, Sunday you probably do it, or Saturday is your day of rest. You may be doing some of that, but I believe you need more than one free day a week. Dan Sullivan, when he was talking to us, is that when he trains us as entrepreneurs, he wants to see us have 150 free days a year. Now, that doesn't fit for us. We've mixed too many trading days. But I do believe that having a free day where you let your mind escape, this is when brilliant ideas about your trading will probably pop up, okay? It's a total disconnect from trading. This is a time where you enhance your creativity, okay, and your ability to create results. Okay, again, no trading, no education, no. So these are days where you just let go, and you have no connection at all with looking at CNBC and so on. I've done some interviewing recently with traders on a new book that I'm going to be writing, and it's interesting to me how many successful traders do not trade on Monday and Friday. I think I was just talking to David about this. I didn't mention it to Anka, but the idea of not trading on Monday and Friday is very exciting to some traders, and some really good traders have had a lot of. First of all, it gives you a nice long weekend, so you can take Monday, Tuesday, you can take Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Maybe use Friday as a buffer day, or Monday as a buffer day where you're preparing for your trading day, but you take off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as free days. I'm saying to you that this is the most important day to make sure that you have enough of. I know it sounds crazy, but I know that you've all experienced the idea of taking a day off and turning off the TV, turning off, your notifications on your phone. You need to do that to free up your mind, okay? So free days are important, okay? So let's take a look at some of the things the relative things that you can do. Okay, I like the balance of 3 buffer. Well, this may not work for all of us, okay? This is more for the part-time trader. I want you to think about, and I'm not talking about, I coach traders that trade, an hour a day or 30 minutes a day. This is not for them. The balance, you've got to think about yourself. But if you're a part-time trader, you're best off taking trading for 3 days, let's say, not 5 days, but let's trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay? And then let's take 2 buffer days where I'm analyzing, I'm reading articles, I'm making opinions, I'm getting involved in focus groups or whatever. Not, I shouldn't use focus groups, but in sites where we converse, and I'm talking to other traders, listening to opinions, and I'm looking at my trading plan and adjusting. And I'm taking 2 free days. The weekends I'm taking off. That's a pretty good balance for a part-time trader. And I'm going to say, the more I learn about this, and the more I'm interviewing some of the most successful traders, it's not the quantity of trading, it's the quality of trading that you're doing. And if you're well prepared, vis-a-vis buffer days, and you're clear of mind and focus, free days, then your focus days will be more effective, okay? 3 days of trading, 2 days of buffer, 2 days of free days, or 1 day of buffer on Monday, okay? 3 days of trading, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 3 days of free day. You're gonna wind up seeing, your family is gonna love you much, but I can't believe you're taking all this time off and how well you're doing in your trading, because that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Let's take a look at some other combinations. I hope you're digging this, because I love this presentation because it's so important. You got to consider this for yourself. Okay, 4 days of trading. I think this is where a lot of people will fall in the, especially the people in the beginning. They're active, they're hyper, they're excited about trading. They can see the potential. They haven't quite gotten the success yet. They're going to trade for 4 days. Okay, maybe they're not trading on Friday. They have 2 buffer days where they're planning, they're learning, they're educating. Okay, it's 2 days. And then 1 free day. Okay, don't like it. You know, don't like it a lot. I'd rather see you have 1 buffer day and 2 free. Believe me, you can get enough for 1 day of bombardment. And I mean, if you look at CNN or Fox or whatever you're looking at, it's got an hour of programming and they just keep repeating it. You know, any new news you can flash on your phone, because on buffer days, you got your phone on high speed. You're taking in all the information, okay? And you want a couple of free days a week. I really want you to have at least 2 free days. And I'm bending toward Dan's idea of having 150 free days a year for entrepreneurs. The more free days you have, the more everything will work for you, okay? And if you're a position trader, somebody who, you know, who spends a few hours a day, a couple of days a week, maybe 2 focus days, 2 buffer days, 3 free days. Now, when you're, you know, if you're spending three hours in a focus day, the rest is going to be a free day. I don't want you, you know, you want to stay. You want to. It's hard. I don't want you to mix when you don't have to. But the important thing is when you have a free day, take that day off. When you have a focus day, trade only on that day. When you have a buffer day, that's when you do all your studying. Okay. So 2 days focus, 2 days free, 2 days buffer, and 3 days free. Kind of like that. I really like this. 1 day of applying your trades. If you're somebody who looks at weekly, you apply your trade 1 day, and then you plan, taking information. What am I going to do next? What kind of stocks am I? You know, what sectors are rolling? Whatever you're doing, and let me read the Fed chairman's last report on why he's keeping trade, which is great for us. He's going to keep interest rates low for the next three or 4 years, which is terrific. And 3 free days. Okay, that is the idea here with the focus, the 3 kinds of days for you. I'm going to stop right here, stop to share the screen because I can't see the. And I'm going to ask you here on the chat. I'm just going to ask you how you feel about this. Are you liking this, or do you see value in this? I see that he's covered the end of the journey. That was okay. Agree with the focus buffer. Feel enlightened. Thank you, MT. Are you any questions at this point? Because I want to share a couple of other things with you. I want to show you exactly how to dig into some of these days to get, especially the buffer days, to get good value in this. Thank you, Brad. Give me one more compliment so I feel pumped up. Something I'm feeling, you know, like feels like a balanced approach. Yes, okay. That's the same. That's the same as take it easy, Norman. Okay, I will. I promise not to wear this. I got to show you this. I know that you're not interested. What do you think? The Discipline Trader mask. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to use that. I just ordered a bunch of them. Okay. Let's see. Do you do one-on-one coaching? Loving the energy. Yes, we do one-on-one coaching. Just email me at nhallett@thedisciplinetrader.com, NHALLETT, or go to thedisciplinetrader.com, and if you see, you'll see a contact area. I think it's in the about section or whatever. But we do. Do you work? Well, Mark Douglas passed away, so I don't work with him anymore. But he was a brilliant guy, wrote the book, and you know, I want to belay any confusion. There's no relation to the Discipline Trader, to the book, The Discipline Trader. But if you don't own Mark's book, you should. It's very good. But there's no other way of saying Discipline Trader, so I use that moniker. But of course, his stuff is absolutely terrific. So let's go ahead then, and I appreciate all the kind words. Eye-opener for me. Yeah, I'm really glad you're saying that, Vinay. And I'll stop. Believe me, those free days are important. I mean, I want you to look at this again in the recording and just burn it in your mind. You need time off, because those are the days. When I take a free day, at night, I have my paper and pen I still use, or actually now I'm using, you know, my notes on my iPhone, And I'm constantly waking up every hour with an idea that's popped up, you know, in that right before you fall asleep, you have that idea, oh, I'm writing, and I had a couple for this presentation. In fact, bringing back this presentation from years ago was an idea that I had for David in this, because nobody's going to be talking about this, and this could be the most important thing that you hear all day long, okay? So I really thank you for saying that, Vinay, that it's an eye-opener. Okay, let's continue. I want to share with you some of the aspects. Well, first let me get back to this. Oh, why? I don't want to leave the meeting. Okay, let's do this. All right, I want to sorry, I just want to show you something. I won't even blow this up. You talk about coaching. I want you to write this link down, okay? The DisciplineTrader.com. That's where you'll see the program where it's $33 a month. It's $33 a month when you commit for a year. It's $67 a month normally. And then there's a 6-month program, I think, for $247 or something like that. But everybody takes if you're going to do this, do this. So we've had people on for decades. But later on, go to the DisciplineTrader.com and sign up. And what I'm going to give you is a free coaching session for those people who sign up today. And when I say a free coaching session, I mean a one-on-one coaching session. It's actually 2-on-1. Tisha is the mental trainer, my wife. And so you, me, and that's Chris right there, who we did a session for recently. And the 3 of us will be online, and we're going to identify your specific mental/emotional thing that's holding you back. And we're going to solve that right on this first coaching call. So I want to take I'm going to ask you a series of questions on this coaching call, and it'll take about an hour, and we're going to identify what is really your primary issue when it comes to jumping off your trading plan. It could be patience, it could be fear, it could be greed, it could be a number of things. When we identify that, we're going to give you a custom recording of what we do in that session, whether it is a meditation that's specifically for you, whether it is using emotional freedom, what they call the tapping technique, done especially for you. We do this for our $5,000 coaching clients, and we have unlimited sessions for them in a year for $5,000. And I'm saying to you that I'm going to get, and every one of those people, we start out with this session that I'm going to give you free if you sign up for the Discipline Trader Mastery Program today. Okay, so that's my bonus, a one-on-one session with you. It's actually 2-on-1, again, Tisha and I, and we're going to flip around on that session and give you specific custom-made session so that you can repeat it if it's a meditation, or repeat it whatever we decide. Each situation is best handled with a certain kind of approach. Tisha's the expert at that, but we will discover what your issue is that keeps on beating you up in the market, and we're going to flip that around in this session. So I wanted you to see that before I went on. That is the bonus for getting into the Discipline Trader Mastery Program, which I showed you before, which was right here. So the DisciplineTrader.com. Okay, let me show you a little bit about what the DisciplineTrader.com looks like. Let's share this. Okay. I'm hoping I don't get that message here. I'm going to reduce this. Okay, I think, whoops, we're back to the, okay, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. This is worth it. Let me just get out of this. And I want to, yeah, that's good. I think we got it now finally. Let me share this with you. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Hopefully you see the Discipline Trader Mastery Program. Here is what I'm offering you. You know, in your buffer days, in the beginning of your focus days when you're trading, there are exercises that I'd like you to do. And those exercises are in this core module area. And I'm going to show you that in a second. Well, we start, this has many different, this is what you'll be getting for your 33, for the price of a cup of coffee every morning. Okay, you're going to get all of this. Look at this down here. I'm giving you my 200 4-minute drills for traders. There are 208 videos. How many do I have? 203 here. We're posting a couple more I've done recently. But there are 203 videos right now dealing with the current market volatility. New and seasoned traders avoid this trap. You know, all different, 200 different topics. And I give them all to you so you don't have to go around the web trying to find them. A lot of my partners have posted these for their people, but they're all right here for you. That's just one thing. But I want to show you the core modules. The core module is really where the rubber meets the road. And each core module, this is the first one. There are 6 of them. And here is, each one starts with a video of me just explaining to you how to, that's the young me about 10 to 15 years ago. I look exactly the same as you see. I haven't even gotten any grayer. I think the light, I don't color my hair. I look grayer there. Hey, come on. I'm a wise and disciplined trader, and I do the things with my hair that a wise and disciplined trader does. But those videos tell you how to move through the elements of this particular module. And this is, so each one has this introduction. See, this is core module 2. It has an introduction. So look at that first to get through the core modules. But here's the subconscious trainings. On core module 1 is the strength to pull the trigger. There are 6 things that we've noticed are dominant with most traders. The basic problem when we do those one-on-ones are one of these 6. So we're giving you some training on these right here. These are the, you probably can't hear this, but this is my wife's voice. This is a meditation. I know it looks like a light, I guess it's kind of like light hypnosis, because after 30 minutes, you're closing your eyes. You're listening to suggestions that talk about the importance of sticking to your trading plan, how entering, when your trading plan gives you the signal to enter your trading plan is important to keep your risk down and your potential high. It gives you all the suggestions that you want, but while you're in a relaxed state so that it creates those neural pathways. If you do this simple 7-minute session, let me see, this one's a little longer. This one's about 10 minutes, so I lied. This one is the longest session, 10 minutes. You do this every day before you start trading. You do it, and after you only do it once a day, it's all you need to do. You do it for a couple of weeks, so you get in 6, 7, 8. That's all the neural pathways you need to create that neural net to own the notion of taking the trade. And you'll be able to, when you get that impetus from input from your trading plan to take the trading plan, you'll do it without hesitation. It's almost like magic, but it's not magic because you put the work in. And what was the work in? You sat there with your eyes closed for 10 minutes, 5 or 6 times. That was the work you put in. So I don't want any excuses. I don't want any excuses journaling, because I gave you how to do that. And I don't want any excuses training your mind, because this is where it happens. Now, there are also affirmations that I don't want you using unless you're using it in conjunction. These you can download, the affirmations. You can listen to them in the car. They're really just the same suggestions, really, that are in the meditation, but only in voice. But that's like pounding your conscious mind. And doing that alone makes you feel good, but it's not going to have the lasting results. But in synergy, we give you that. But the most important thing is to do these simple 7 to 10 minute meditations, okay? Here's a journaling primer where I give you some tips on journaling. There's actually a special report in the bonus section, 92 different ways or 96 different ways to journal, where I asked my crowd, my fans and people who are members, show me how you journal. And they weren't too alike. So I published what I consider the 96 best ones, and it's in a 100-page PDF for you to look at and find a way to really journal that you really like. But if you don't want to go through that, do the journaling that I asked you to do, okay? But some of you like to journal your trades, and I look at my P&L on a daily basis and on a monthly basis. I see all I want to see as far as a trade. So but if you're a nerd and you want to put down, and I love you for that. There's some great guy I interviewed the other day loves the statistic. Fine, good for you. You have to trade like it's you. You can't trade like me, like David, like Anka. You can't trade like any of us. You have to trade like yourself. And so the nuances, every trading plan I build, SimpleTradingPlans.com, every trading plan that I build, I always include nuances that fit you, that either fit you or don't fit you, that you can add to your trading plan to make it even stronger. So enough about that. I just wanted to show you the core modules here. And here, let's see how much time we have. We have about 15 minutes. Here are the, again, this one is module 2. overcoming thoughts of fear and greed. So you've got the meditation there. Here's a design. Oh, look, it's not only an ebook, it's my book. You don't have to buy it. I forgot I put this up here. This is my book right here in digital form, How to Design and Construct an Effective Trading Plan. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to throw out your trading plan. It means that if you read a book like this, you're going to start to think about maybe some adjustments that you haven't considered that you may want to, okay? I've got interviews, I've got all kinds of forums from past talks with other traders. Here's a trading to make money. This is a subconscious training that winds up to be very effective for a lot of traders. A lot of traders are trying out trading, seeing how it goes. If you're that person, I'm sure you're losing. And I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm just saying that until you take your trading seriously as a business from your first trade on, I don't care if it's a part-time business or a 1-hour business, you have to, when you take a loss, it's not a loss. It's the cost of doing business, like buying, coffee for your office or whatever. It's the cost of doing business. When you make money, it's the profit. Okay, it's profit. So it's profit and loss in a business. Okay, so when you take a loss, fine. It's the cost of doing business, because I know that if I keep doing business, which is taking my trades according to my trading plan, then I'm going to be successful in the end. So doesn't matter. It's just in fact, great. I'm great at taking losses, and you will be too if you utilize some of these mental trainings. Okay, and you consider your trading as a business. Okay, so strength to take your losses. So if you have a problem taking losses, I love to take losses. Why? Because it opens up the next opportunity. Okay, because the more trades I take, the more I compress time, because I know in the long term, and the long term becomes shorter term when you take more trades. I'm not telling you to be a trade crazy person. I'm saying get out of your trades so that you have the next opportunity. So there's another, and here we have Ray Barros. This guy manages several billion with a B. This guy journals an hour a day. When you hear his interview, you won't believe it. I was shocked, and you'll hear my shock. An hour a day, Ray? Come on. He believes it's why he's such a successful money manager. He's a hedge fund manager. Okay, so exercising patience. This is the one I talked about before as being one of the real turnarounds. And I even give you a couple of books in ebook form. This book was written in 1906. And you thought vibration. It's about how your mind affects what you do. And it's amazing the brilliance of this guy, William Walker, back in 1906. And I know some of you were just little babies back then. Or maybe some of you weren't even born by then. I know David wasn't born by then, and but we were. No, actually, I wasn't born then either. But ask your grandparents about William Walker. Anyway, the sixth one is sustaining discipline. See, that's one that I like you to use after you've used the other ones. Build neural pathways. This is kind of combines them all in one thing. It's kind of the total mental play to stick to your trading plan. So you've got your sustaining, you've got your exercising patience, you've got your strength to take losses, trading to make money, and thoughts of fear and greed. Okay, we've got about 13 minutes. I want to show you maybe one other. I want to take some questions. Here's now what's going to happen to you is that when you start taking some of these, let's say patience, you're going to say, I'm not only more patient in my trading, but I'm more patient with my wife, my dog, my kids. It's been great. In fact, I have my son doing this because he needs to be more patient at school. Fine. And what traders were saying to me is, do you have any other trading, anything other than trading that we can use? The fact is that my company, which started, this company started in 2000, we started out by making 9 different softwares for golfers, for tennis players, for students, for entrepreneurs, for traders. Trading Mind software was one of our biggest products. For sales, which is still actually out there, not in CD form, Sales Mind software. We had 9 different titles, and each of those titles had 10 of these meditations on them, these subconscious training. Well, I got tired of the request, so I went ahead and I put all of these mental training. Oh, I forgot about the better sex. David, this may interest you here, but we actually have them in different voices. Better sex for women in a male voice, better sex for women in a female voice. Some men don't like to hear better sex for them in a male voice. Some don't like to hear it in a female voice. So whatever your persuasion is, there's a voice for you in the better sex section. Time management, these are business skills, okay? Be decisive, overcoming frustration. For you golfers, we've gotten awards on our Golf Mind software. Bernhard Longo is a big supporter, done by the guy who runs Doral. There were actually two versions of it where there were 20 sessions. Personal improvement, peace of mind, these self-esteem, we sometimes prescribe these to people in our coaching. Personal relationships, attracting a loving partner. Tisha wrote a book on this. So this is work that we did years ago that we're bringing to you now that, of course, still work. They're the same meditations. They've turned people motivation to exercise. Okay, the good one for COVID. Okay, because sometimes, and the male we had here, we call him he's like Barry White. His voice is like unbelievable. All right, sales. If you're a salesperson and trading part-time, here's some for you. Stop smoking. If you're smoking, you shouldn't be smoking. It's not good for you. And I care about you. For students, for our members, they have superior study habits, enhanced memory. Kids really love that. Incredible concentration. Okay, time management for kids. And for you, if you're repurposing for a new career, and it doesn't have to be trading. Here's some sessions on, here's Think and Grow Rich. Here's some extra one for traders. You got the 6 that I showed you in the core modules, and now you have these 4, coping with losses, visualizing success. Really love this one. Letting go of negative thoughts. There's a new concept. It's called where you actually, I forgot what he called it. I was reading about it on my buffer day. Of which today is one, because I'm doing this. I consider this a buffer day when I teach. Letting go of negative thoughts. Sometimes you believe that you weren't meant to do this. You had a couple of bad trading days. I mean, God, this system's not working. I feel I can't stop thinking of it. Is this whole thing for me? When you have thoughts about this, your credibility as a trader, okay, this is a terrific session. You want to lose a little weight? So we've got all kinds of, I just wanted to show you that because that's what we call the lifestyle section. So you get your core module, you have your bonus section, which is, here's the 97 real world trading. Okay, I'm going to stop this. I showed you the 4-minute drill. If you're wondering what the basic series was, I'm going to leave 8 minutes for questions, so I'll take a minute with basic series. It's 4 different 1-hour webinars by experts in their field on building a trading plan, on money and risk management, on treating your trading as a business, and on journaling. Those 4 areas. This was added later in the life of the Disciplined Trader Mastery Program because we realized that we were training people to be disciplined on lousy trading plans without the money management credentials that you need to have a successful plan. So we put in the basics for you here. So we kind of reverted and threw those in for people who need it. And it's a good review for those that don't need it. Okay, we got a few minutes here. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me, again, the DisciplineTrader.com. You don't need all of this, and you don't need all courses. Just go to the DisciplineTrader.com, where you'll TheDisciplineTrader.com, where you'll be able to sign up for this. Okay, I see somebody laughed, which is good. I look the same. Okay, there it is. Well, thank you, David, for putting that in there. Great presentation. Any questions? Give me some questions. Let's dig in here. We got about 7 or 8 minutes to dig in, because I don't think you'll hear a little bit of this from some other people. I think some other people have some other meditations and so on that are probably very good and so on. But I know that what we have are tried and true for the last literally 17 years of offering the Disciplined Trader Mastery Program. Actually, it's 18 years now. So what's the secret for staying so young looking? Okay, I appreciate you saying I'm 71 years old, and I'm kind of proud of that, because 71 used to not be my father's and my grandfather's 71. Now, my father and mother died when I was just a teenager. I was in college. That's when they didn't have the treatments for heart attacks and cancers that they have now. But I think from then I decided to take my health pretty seriously. And I drink alkaline water. I think it's the most single thing that you can do for yourself. Alkaline water, it helps your whole body system to normalize. and correct a lot of those little things that may be bothering you. Like if you have a rash that you can't get rid of, you'd be surprised how drinking a week of alkaline water may be able to help you. I take CoQ10 for the heart, okay? You got to take, that's very important, CoQ10, and you got to take vitamin D. They've noticed that all the people with COVID that had deficiencies of vitamin D, or vast majority of them, vitamin D, very important. And I pay attention to what I eat. I try not to eat packaged food if I can. I do a lot of, I'm the cook around here, so I'm eating fresh vegetables. You know what to do. You just have to do it. And I exercise. I still weight lift. I still play tennis 3 or 4 times a week. You got to stay active. And I know that some of you have, listen, I just went through a bout of vertigo. Never had that. Something with my inner ear. It was horrible. And so you need to do that. You need to, not have vertigo, but you need to take care of things as they come along. And I realized that in vertigo, there's a couple of exercises I did, and continue to live my life and work my way through it. You wind up, you know, and a lot of you, you know, may have knee problems where you can't do a lot of lifting, but you can do cardio with the hands. You can do straps, but just stay in motion, okay? So, but the gray hair and the dark hair, I think that's genetic, so I'm not sure what I've done there, but okay, time management is a problem for me. I'm a little AD. Oh, I'm not ADHD. Can you? I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm not, no. Glad you broke down a trading week of focus buffer days. I used to hike once a week. Now I'm mixed each day with trading, education, filing, and cleaning. Very good. I'm proud of you. Brad, you are on your way, man. I'm telling you. Thanks for permission to hike. You got to hike. Watch the mountain biking. I got an accountant at mountain bikes. I got a retired policeman that I work out with that's now doing less workout and motor. You can get hurt, so be careful with the mountain biking. Okay. Let's have any other. Should be breaks during the days on active trading days, and that's another thing. You know, time can get away from. If you're in an active trade, I say stick with it. You know, but if you're still searching for a trade, I like to take a break at least every 90 minutes, you know, and a break could just be standing up for 30 seconds or 60 seconds and doing this, taking a drink, okay? So I like to take, you know, I definitely take a lunch. I take a half hour for lunch, but I don't watch CNBC. I just sit down and I kind of review what's been going on during the day, and maybe I'll even watch the chart, but I'm doing it in a less focused way. But you got to take a break during the day, okay? And some of you don't have to, but I do think that, you know, there is something. If you really want to get a kick, Google trading treadmill. I got about 4 minutes. Trading treadmill. Okay, trading treadmill. Some guy took a treadmill and took some, you know, 2x4s, made a table that went on top of his treadmill. And as he walks at a very slow pace, like half a mile an hour, a mile an hour, he's walking while he's trading. He's trading on the platform and he's walking. So that may be a good solution for you. Doesn't work for me, but it's a lot of ways of doing it. But I think you have to decide on your buffer days the kind of things that you want to do on your focus days. Remember, the buffer days are for planning your free days. Taking a vacation on a free day, that's a buffer day. Don't plan on your free day. You're doing nothing but enjoy. You're planning on the buffer days, you're planning your free days, and you're planning your focus days. Okay, so should there, let's see if I've got any other questions here. We're getting close to the end of the session. Let's see, I see I still look the same. Okay, thanks. Money management problem. Any other questions? We've got about 1 minute to go, and otherwise I will just comfortably turn it over to David. Remember, the DisciplineTrader.com. Oh, one other, let's see if I can show you here. I'm gonna just bring it up right here. Yeah, let me share the screen with my final minute. Okay, this is the screen that you'll be coming to, and here is, I'll include that free session with anything that, no, I'm not, I mean, if you pick 67, I don't think you're doing the math, because if you like it, you're getting 2 weeks free. You're getting 2 weeks trial period on this before you get charged. So take one of these other 2 plans if you're serious about trading, but take this one at $33 a month. you're going to make that happen. So go to the DisciplineTrader.com. You don't need Mastery Program, but you can if you want. The DisciplineTrader.com will forward right to this Mastery Program, and you'll get your, this is the bottom of the sales page that is long and lengthy and gives you all those testimonials. Okay, I think I'm done. If you want to get rid of me, David, this would be a good time. I see Mercedes is here. So stick around for Mercedes. She knows what she's talking about.